now we're going to talk about Clifton Russell. And I just wanted to show his list one more time just because it was such a such an odd list. And this kind of list, I don't know, a part of me, you let me know in chat, you want me to run this kind of list. Part of me kind of wants to run it because it would be funny to run so many grots. This is what people have been kind of wondering about for a while and keep asking me about all the time, is like, hey, how come Squig lists aren't like, Squig lists, how come Dread Mob lists aren't spamming a bunch of grot? And I've been wondering that too. You know, I'd gotten up to 40, 50 units of, 50 models of grots, but he finally did it, got up to 100 grots on his list. He still brought 3 shock attack guns. No infiltrating Snikra, no scouting Zod, nothing fancy. He just straight up brought, infantry. He brought infantry, elite shooting, and max units of it. Very, very funny how he played this out. This is just all the DAKKA. So if you're ever wondering if we had a shooting mob, this is our shooting mob. This is our shooting detachment. You guys finally got to make it and see it for what it was. So 5 20-man units of grots, 3 10-man units of flash git, 3 10-man units of Lootas, both spanners having custom mega blastas, 3 Mek Gunz, all with bubba chuckas, and 2 storm boys. This list plays very direct, very straightforward. Its own crazy skew, but it really comes down to, do you even own something like where you even get something like? But Clifton did end up getting second place at the Frontline Gaming LSO with this list. So this is Clifton Murica Russell, Big D Energy. And it's funny because he actually took this list to ATC, and I believe he either lost no games or 1 game only at ATC. So he wasn't even sure if this was going to be a great singles list, and it ended up working out that way. Today's sponsor, Baron of Dice. So Baron of Dice has great dice. They have actually enabled us to give these dice out for our paint competitions. So I greatly advise that you go out there. We have a link in the description for 5% discount. That's, of course, because nobody likes taxes. Shout out to Baron of Dice because they are actually customizing orc dice just for us that you guys will be able to get a hold of, and they look exceptional. So shout out to Baron of Dice. Really appreciate you guys, and I really do suggest you get them. I love the actual texture these dice have. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's take a look at what he had to take down on his singles matchup. So on his first matchup, he went into Space Wolf Stormlast Task Force. Bjorn the Fell-Handed, of course, Bjorn, guys. Very, very annoying model that guy is right there. His aura effect, having damage, feel no pain of a 5+, 2 up armor save, dreadnought body. So we have Lieutenant Logan Gribinar, Wolfguard battle leader on Thunderwolf, another Wolfguard battle leader, and then another Wolfguard battle leader. 1 Fenrisian Wolf, 1 Lancer, a unit of Hellblasters, Infiltrators, Land Raider Redeemer, followed by 1, 2, 3 units of Thunder Wolf Cavalry. I really don't hate this list. I can see it getting really clogged up with the Land Raider getting stuck in the way. The Lancer kind of sits back from Region Wolves go to be a nice screen. Not a lot of units for activations here. Most of his points are just straight up just for those 3 Thunderwolf units, and then Bjorn just hoping that the strats can kind of go off there. Is it his own skew of his own? As for what Clifton said, is it was just he had enough shooting lanes and he couldn't hide enough of his wolves. And the wolves are pretty much everything, so he throttled his strats, killed he killed 2 units of them in turn 1, pretty much, or at least most of 2 different units. So that just devastated this list because the list is very, very elite in that kind of case. So Clifton ended up taking that list down. Then we have his second matchup. He went into Tau Monk Kai. So we had a Cadre Fireblade, another Cadre Fireblade, and then a third Cadre Fireblade. Breacher team, Breacher team, Breacher team, Breacher team. Devilfish. So we have all the nice units of just infantry to get in the way, baby boys, and transports. Broadline Battlesuit, Broadside Battlesuit, Pathfinder, Piranha, Riptide Battlesuit, and then a third Riptide Battlesuit, followed by a Stealth Battlesuit, and then a third unit of Stealth Battlesuit. The one note here from Colin McKay is that, it was Tau, a lot of breachers. They can't get close enough to kill anything viable, is the issue with Tau. But, the breachers can kill a lot of grots. Pretty much you just use the grots to create the space while you use your big 48-inch guns to kill them in return. And he said he killed 2 Riptides right off the bat. So very killy list here. I wonder if the people are saying on objectives, just because I'm wondering if the Lootas are coming out to play and shooting at them too in that case. But he's saying pretty much he used the grots to create a lot of space here for the flat the Tau on the game too, and then shot away a lot of the elite killing potential and slowly dwindled it down. So interesting how simple he kind of took down the Tau in that kind of way. For his third matchup, it was Gene Stealer cults. He has the Outlander Claw. He has a Clamavus, Jackal Alphas, third Jackal Alphas, 2 Colormorphs, a Primus, and then a Reductus Saboteur, followed by Acolyte Hybrid, Neophyte, another unit of Neophyte hybrids, 2 units of Achille Ridge Runners, 3 units of Adelan Jackals, and then 2 units of Pure Strains. So how Clifton kind of broke this one down was it was low toughness, bad save against the volume of shooting he had and the shooting profiles he had. And his shooting stuff showed up. It didn't do as much damage as it should have. And it died without getting good trades. And you can imagine that, right? Considering that he has a bunch of flash Gitz on his list, that Clifton had a bunch of flash Gitz on his list, Lootas. All this stuff is wounding his things on T2. Even Bubba Chuckers are wounding them super effectively. So his third matchup, that was his third matchup. For his fifth matchup, he had the World Eaters. So as for the World Eaters, it was Lord Invocatus, Horned Berserkers, 3 units of 8-bound, 3 units of Exalted 8-bound, so that means only 3-man units, 2 Forge Fiends, 3 Mauler Fiends. What's cool about World Eater Mauler Fiends is, let's say you take something like this Forge Fiend and you shoot we'll say a Orc Truck or a Squig unit, whatever it may be. The Mauler Fiend on the World Eaters has a unit for like a Bloodthirst, pretty much, where if something is below full strength, then it's blooded. Therefore, the World Eater Mauler Fiend can get +2 to wound. So that means it can potentially advance, charge, auto advance 6, +2 to move, +2 to advance, +2 to its charge, excuse me, and really just cover the distance on you, or come in from deep strike with a +2 to their charge as well. So that kind of just compounds together pretty well. Not a terrible list. I don't really hate. I kind of like when World Eaters lists are kind of like that and have no fat on them. One Lord Invocatus has been interesting of a tech piece, and Granite. It kind of make or break you, so I can see why you want to go against that. Clifton's note on this was 8-bound galore, very scary. He said tons of grots died, tons of them died, but everything fell due to the endless DAKKA. So again, it's just volume of fire here, where he spent like 3 turns of just chopping through, 100 grots, just chopping through them, 1 turn of an invuln, them having invulns. Remember, in these matchups, Clifton tries to keep his valuable shooting away and out of range of these Forge Fiends, but if he had to, he could pop the Forge Fiends too. I would assume he would put priority on the World Beaters 8-bound, but it's kind of crazy because Flash Gitz do great into 8-bound. Once they shoot them, then they jump out and they start punching them up, but they get up to strength 6 on the wall, and then they can start beating up 8-bound if they wanted to also. So that's pretty sick. He didn't say they did, but I want to ask him that. Like, did your Flash Gitz get stuck in? Get mate. So for his 5th game, sorry, that was his 5th game. No, Randy was his 4th game, which was the World Eaters. Yes, all right, cool. So for his 5th game, he went into Brett Catachan, and of course, the Catachan is playing Astra Militarum. So we have Lord Solar Alliance's Platoon Command Squad, a tank commander, 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Catachans, followed by a basic unit of infantry, 1, 2, 3, 4 chimeras, 2 units of rattling snipers, infiltrators. Then we have 1, 2 Rogel Dorns, followed by 2 units of scouts, one of them being a full 3-man unit of scout sentinels. Probably trying to take advantage of the regenerating a unit since it's only done once now. Rogel Dorns is like actually pretty good for taking up firing lanes when you really have to. Chimeras are such valuable transports, guys, when you really think about it, for 70 points. But sadly in this matchup, I believe this was on stream, so you can see how this one went, but the guard player just conceded by turn 2. And you can just see it's because, one, our boy here had the damage potential to kill Rogel Dorns. Besides that, he only had tank commanders left and chimeras. Rattlings aren't doing much. Scout sentinels aren't doing much. The jungle Catachan jungle fighters are just getting blown away after they run into grot lines. So he just conceded right away. Pretty funny how this list is such a crazy hard skew like that, where a guard player would be like, I don't want to deal with these bodies. My God. So he ended up getting 100 on him. And then, as we already covered, he went into our Git, Colin McCade with his Bully Boys. This was actually a super close game as it was 72-70. So he ended up not, Colin ended up losing this matchup by 2 points. So very, very close game, even though you would think, oh, maybe it's kind of one-sided. It's not. So Colin had a Mazrog, Pain Boy, War Boss and Mega Armor with Ed Stoppa, War Boss and Mega Armor, 20 boys, 3 truck, 1 unit of Gretchin, 3 units of Mega Knobs, a 5 with twin kill saws, 1 brick of Squig Hog Boys, 3 units of Storm Boys. This right here is just 20 man units of boys, double turns of WAAAGH, chewing through grots, possibly even 2 units of grots at once. The Mega Knobs can potentially try to endure some of the damage. Flash Gits aren't doing good into them. Flash Gits are going to try to go into the Squig Hog Boys, and then it becomes a crazy scrap. I mean, this would be a freaking sick game if you really think about it, guys, right? Just like all the Flash Gits shooting all the DAKKA at this, and then countercharging the Bully Boys list, and creating screens and trying to survive. He said very stressful and close matchup with it ending at a 70-72. So at the end of the day, guys, it was the 2 Ork players, Colin and Clifton, ended up having a really good game, really close matchup there at the end, which was only a 2-point difference. So very, very awesome outcome. Shout out to Clifton Murica Russell, whoa, for the crazy, crazy skewed Dread Mob list that also performed at ATC. So just one more look at this again. We're going to take a look at this again. It was 3 Big Macs with Shock Attack Gun, 1 with Git Finder Goggles, 5 20-man units of Gretchin, 3 10-man units of Flash Gits, 3 10-man units of Lootas with both spanners having custom Mega Blasters, 3 Bubble Chuckas, 3 units of 3 Bubble Chucka Mek Gunz, and then 2 units of Storm Boys. So this is a crazy skew, off-the-wall Dread Mob list, and you know what? I kind of want to try it. I recently won myself some more Flash Gits, so now I have access to the full 30 Flash Gits, so I might jump aboard this list. I don't know if I'd run Bubble Chuckas. I'm more of the Smasher Gun, so you guys let me know what you think in the comments if I should run Bubble Chuckas or the Smasher Gun. So shout out to Clifton Murica Russell for this off-the-wall Dread Mob list. If you enjoyed the clip, check out the full video here. If you'd like to see more tactics, click here.
Let's get stuck in, lads!